Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a wonderful Wednesday and a great week so far. Today, we're going to be diving into CNFTs, an opportunity that I think is presenting itself to us, certainly to us in the Cardano community that are already familiar with how to use Cardano, how to send it, wallets, etc., etc., or for anybody that's looking to learn. So we're going to dive into that. We're going to be covering some basic things like what a CNFT is, how you can store them, how you can buy them, how I'm buying them. A couple of projects we're going to go over or not go over, but certainly mention and take a look at that are established. Now, being such a new market, CNFT just stands for Cardano NFT. It's essentially Cardano's native NFT. We know on Ethereum, NFTs have done insanely well. People have literally changed their lives and made millions of dollars from it. Could the same opportunity be presenting itself on Cardano? Still early days, but if Cardano does as well as I think it's going to do and see as much adoption as I think that's going to come, certainly with DeFi just about to be turned on, there could be a real opportunity here. And I think given how early it is, risk to reward, basically, something may be riskier, but there may be a higher reward. There's been a lot of rug pulls with CNFTs, which is why we're going to mention a couple of the main projects. I think Clay Nation is the most dominant. However, Spacebuds, I think, is the highest selling NFT. And then you've got things like Chill Kongs, which I could have bought literally a week ago for 130 ADA. I think the floor on these right now is 750. So you can see in a week, if you had bought a couple of those, you'd have done very well. You'd have made you'd have had quite a nice week essentially, or it'd have been a nice little bonus on everything else. So we're going to get into it. Very funny yesterday. I actually found myself sort of not hoping the price would come down for Cardano, but being more than okay with it because it meant I would have got more Cardano to actually buy CNFTs. I've been in it for about 2 weeks. This is new to me. I just thought we'd give them a mention on the channel. Is there an element of FOMO going on right now? Potentially, but we'll see where the flaws of some of these certainly end. I think there's a lot of growth to come, and we're going to list 4 projects that we personally own. We're going to sort of jot the floor price down today, and as we review them, we're going to sort of look at them so you can see the sort of growth that these things are partaking on, and we'll also maybe put it in an Excel sheet and create some graphs and so on and so forth from it. So CNFT, we've explained it's just an NFT on Cardano. How do you buy CNFT? So these are your CNFTs, and you store these in your wallet. Now, typically, the wallet that I use to store NFTs is a NAMI wallet. I have a number of different NAMI wallets. So, for example, this is the most popular site to buy them. This is CNFT.io. You can log in, or you can create an account if you've not already got one in order to log in. And essentially, you'll need to give a number of details. But I don't actually use CNFT. I know it is the most popular. I use JPG.store. This is not an affiliate of mine by any means, shape, or form. But the reason that I use these guys is because I can just connect a hot NAMI wallet to the protocol, and then I can essentially, once I've swapped, you can use it almost like a DEX on Uniswap or something on Ethereum or something like that. And then I can transfer, once I've made the swap, the hot NAMI wallet CNFTs onto a kind of behind the wall of the internet wallet that I use to store all my NFTs on. So this is what I've been using. What is it that really attracted me to CNFTs? Well, it was really chilled Kongs. I mean, these were literally 130 ADA a week ago, and they've been going up very, very fast. And I think there is still room for them to go up. I think you could see 1,000 ADA floor for chill Kongs quite easily. Certainly if they continue to gain the sort of attention that they are. We're yet to see, CNFTs are still in a very early stage. One reason I'm actually bullish on NFTs as a whole is because we're yet to see a lot of marketplaces open up and for them to gain more adoption. So, for example, Coinbase are looking to create an NFT marketplace. This opens NFTs up to a huge amount of retail, and Coinbase are going to sell. They're not just going to stick with Ethereum NFTs. They are going to venture into other chains and the NFTs that are associated with them. So when all this happens, I think the price that a lot of these NFTs, and not just Chill Kongs, there's a number of others. Like I say, you've got Clay Nation, you've got Spacebuds, you've got Chill Kongs, Boss Cat Rocket Club, you've got Goat Tribe, and you've got Space Apes, which has done very well. I think I could buy these at like 40, 80 yesterday, and I think today, I've not even checked what they're worth. The floor is 100. So you doubled your money on these essentially within a day if you decided to sell them. And that's why I'm bringing this to your attention. There's a lot of risk associated with this at the moment. in the sense that, yes, they're trending a little bit. You know, we have seen a number of CNFTs. I've looked at a lot of history on CNFTs. Some of them will launch, they'll see a real appreciation in price, and then they'll kind of come straight back down and plateau for a while. And there's been a bit of a resurgence. I've got to confess, I've not been in CNFTs for long enough to have personally witnessed this, but I've certainly seen it on charts. This is something that I've really got into over the past couple of weeks. And the reason being is because there's definitely a value proposition here. So I own Bosscat Rocket Club. These, I think, did I pick one up yesterday? I can't remember for how much, 330 it may have been. You know, you can see they're already at 420 and potentially going up. Chill Kongs is certainly leading the way on this. And ultimately, I think as these grow, as there's more notoriety and notability, we're going to see a lot more adoption. And you've already got CNFTs that have done very well, such as Space Buds, for example, a 4K floor. The thing is, if you look at the supply, the amount of CNFTs out there, you know, 10K, for example, that means that theoretically you could buy up quite a lot of the supply. I personally am not doing that. I'm sort of spreading myself among a number of projects, but the supply can get eaten up very quickly with only 10K about. So the floor, the more popular it gets, theoretically should keep rising, providing that it's a decent project. So the coins that we're going to be listing the floors of are Goat Tribe, Space Ape Club, Chill Kongs, and Bosscat Rocket Clubs. These are just some projects that I've done a little bit of looking into myself that I own. I don't actually own Chill Kongs. The reason being, I'll explain why. I really like it as a project, but I was literally looking at these going, shall I pick a couple up? Shall I leave it at 130 ADA? And then the following day, I think it went up to like nearly 300, and I was like, maybe I'll pick one up now because it's kind of getting ridiculous. And now I'm just at the point where I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit tight for a little bit. I'm investing in a number of other projects, such as Bosscat Rocket Club, Goat Tribe, Space Ape Club, and I think I've got a few more. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. We will get into projects that we are maybe getting into that are in the mint stage. They're very new and they've not sort of seen any sort of price data. But these three are really projects that we've seen do well. So how I essentially buy, like I previously said, is by connecting an Army wallet and just transacting between them. You can go through this. There are tutorials out there, but this was really just a sort of a short and sweet video giving you the heads up that, you know, CNFTs are on the move. It's a community that I like as well. A very welcoming community. You know, typically with large communities, there's this kind of, what's the word? Arrogance about them, whereas with something new like this that's more than happy for everybody to kind of come on board, I really like that about a community. And if you are looking into, you know, for example, one thing I like about JPG Store is they have what's trending. You can see the coins that I mentioned are all trending, so this may not be the optimal time to buy. There is still the room, like we could wake up tomorrow, for example, and they could actually go down instead of up. But what I am saying here is that I think that media, this is not financial advice by any means, shape or form. I think that media attention, I think that adoption is going to continue to uptick. This gives a higher floor, certainly with some of these at cap supplies. So I'm certainly getting into it, and you guys let me know. Feel free to shill your CNFT projects as long as they're legitimate in the comment section. We have seen a lot of rug pulls with CNFTs, so it's always risky getting into CNFTs, and never ever. One of my brothers actually got scammed out of quite a bit of ETH a while ago through his own stupidity, I'll be totally honest, because essentially he joined a Discord and somebody asked him to send ETH so that he would send them the NFT. Never do that. Always go through that. Never ever send somebody directly your Ethereum or Cardano or any crypto for that matter. That's a rule of thumb. Always do it through the proper and appropriate channels. And jpg.store is an official channel. You can find them on Twitter if you want the official channel link, and of course CNFT.io. These are tried and proven. I've personally used this and do use it and will be using it a lot more, by the way. I plan to buy more NFTs and continue this series. So I hope that hasn't been too long. It was just me sort of explaining why I'm getting into it. I understand a little bit of frustration with people saying, okay, well, why are you only mentioning this now? We've been in it for 3 months. It is what it is, guys. You know, I'm you know, this is a new venture for me that I'm going to be sharing with you guys on the channel. So very quickly, let's type in the floors for our projects. Let's look at Chill Kongs. Today is 750 ADA. I will put this into something and certainly make some graphs and so on and so forth about it. So Chill Kungs is 750 ADA. The Bosscat Rocket Clubs, which I think you could get for like 350 yesterday, are 420 floor, so a bit of money being made there. 420, great number by the way. I'm sure some of you will appreciate that. And the Space Apes, the floor is 100. They were literally, I think you could pick one up for about 40 yesterday. And Goat Tribe, which I actually think are quite quirky and quite cool. I'm in the Discord for all of these, lurking. So watch out, guys. Any bad mouthing in the Discords of this video, I will be there. Goat Tribes is currently at 190. So we're just doing this as a bit of fun. We'll add to this list just to show you the floor prices and how they're going on and going up or down, or what's really happening with them. This is just for people out there that are kind of on the fence, just so that I can show you what's taking place. And I will be revealing the CNFTs that I personally own. I'm not shilling any one project here. These are just some of the projects I've looked into. Some very, Clay Nations and Space Buds at this point, they're for this to be speculative for me. It's a new thing for me. I don't want to be throwing, tens to hundreds of thousands in here. I really want to be sticking with thousands, playing around with thousands of pounds rather than more, because it's still something I'm new to. I'm dipping my toes in the water, if you will. But you never know. In the future, depending on how this series goes and the more we look into CNFTs, we may actually really ramp things up. And certainly if some of the CNFTs that we pick do well. So I'm still a noob to this space, sharing my experience with you in opposition with crypto, which I've been in for a very long time. And I'm very, very... if I say so myself, up to date with and savvy with, if you will. So that's really all I have for you. If you've enjoyed the video, a like is always appreciated. So as a comment, subscribe, because we're going to be bringing lots more CNFT projects. And I think really this video was a great way for me to say hello to the CNFT community, for the CNFT community to gain a little bit of exposure, which is good for us all. And please keep that mentality, guys. Like I say, it makes me sick when coins on the crypto side of things get to a certain market cap and everyone just starts acting arrogant and holier than thou. It defies the whole point of crypto to do that. We want to be inclusive, and hopefully this video is warmly received. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll catch you all in the next YouTube video. See you in the next one, guys.